everybody. Welcome to the Coaching Career Blueprint, how to get trained, get clients, and make money as a professional coach.
I am Carrie Peters, and Stacy and I are the co-founders and primary teachers of the Health Coach Institute. As a matter of fact, I've got my HCI mug today, Stace.
Nice.
Excited about that. This is going to be the best 30 minutes that you've invested in yourself and your health coaching journey. We guarantee that you are going to learn something completely new about health coaching that you've never heard before, that may totally change how you think about what kind of training you want, how you'll get clients as a health coach, and how much money you can make as a health coach.
Yeah, I am so excited for this next 30 minutes. We're also going to walk you through exactly how the Become a Health Coach training works and why it's different than any other training out there. And if you have questions about tuition, payment plans, or when you should get started, we have Clarity coaches who are ready on the phones to talk with you at any time. And what is a Clarity coach? A Clarity coach is like a best friend and trusted advisor who's here to help you one-on-one to get clarity on your next steps. So you'll see on the screen this wonderful phone number, 877-914-2242. Again, that's 877-914-2242, and they can help you live right now. Whether you want to download the course catalog, learn about the curriculum, we're going to talk a little bit about that today, get tuition and financing options, or find out what kinds of special bonuses we're currently offering.
So how did we create the Coaching Career Blueprint that we're about to show you? So for those of you who don't know us, Stacy and I are both health coaches. And when we started out 11 years ago, neither of us had any background in coaching, in health, or in business. We basically started completely from scratch. In fact, before she was a coach, Stacy worked in a grocery store for $17 an hour as a cookie and a pie taster, and I was a professional actress making mostly around $25,000 a year.
Cut to 11 years later, Carrie and I have been professional coaches making six figures and multiple six figures each year as coaches year after year. This has allowed me to become the breadwinner of my family, raise a beautiful daughter, and feel a sense of financial freedom. How did we do it? That's what we're about to share with you. How to get trained, how to get clients, and how to make money that supports a lifestyle that is in alignment with your core values as a coach. Someone who does meaningful work in the world, makes a big difference for others. So let's dive in and start with step one of our blueprint, which is how to get trained.
Yeah, let's start with that, Stace. That sounds good.
In order to understand what kind of training you need to be a successful health coach, the first question we have to answer is, what is a health coach?
Because not everybody knows, right?
That's right. So let's begin by actually talking about what a health coach is not.
So let's look at what the current basically medical model is today. So what we usually have is a client or a patient, and that person has a problem. And when that person has a problem, they go to see somebody like a doctor or a DO or a chiropractor, maybe a nutritionist or a dietitian. They go to their office, and that person assesses what might be wrong with them and does some kind of diagnosis. And then they might recommend certain action steps. They might recommend taking drugs, or they might recommend surgery, or they might recommend lab testing, or perhaps they might recommend changing what you eat, or changing certain lifestyle factors. That's all fine and good. But what happens when this particular client or patient walks out of the doctor's office? They might have a list of things that they're supposed to do to help their condition get better, but they walk out and all of a sudden they're on their own. And the truth is that the change in getting results in health doesn't happen in the doctor's office. It happens at home, outside of the doctor's office. But that's also the place where people tend to get really lost and overwhelmed. So the space where change really happens is outside of the office. Until recently, maybe just the last 20 years or so, there's really been nobody in the healthcare profession that can help people in this space where the problem is solved. And that's where health coaches come in. Because health coaches, we'll talk about this in just a moment, can help people with the habit change that they need. If the doctor says, I need you to quit drinking coffee and go off gluten and lose 30 pounds, and you walk out the door and go, how do I do any of those things? That's going to require me changing my habits, and I don't know how to do that. Habit change and what health coaches are trained to do is really a combination of a couple of things that we'll show you here on the slide. First, it's about rewiring so that we start to, instead of the habitual ways that we think about our day or that our brain moves, we start to rewire that. TCM stands for the Transformational Coaching Method. That's our coaching methodology that we'll talk to you about in a moment. So habit change requires rewiring in the brain, and it also requires sustained motivation, which is very difficult for most people to stay motivated, and it requires follow through. Again, extremely difficult for most people. So when you look at what's the difference between a health coach and a medical doctor or a DO or a chiropractor, a registered dietitian or a nurse, is that those people spent thousands of hours learning information to become masters of assessment, which is what you see in the middle of the slide. So for example, you could become a nutritionist, get your master's degree. It could take you 5 to 8 years of schooling, and it could cost you anywhere from $34,000 to $115,000 in tuition, depending on where you go to school.
Whoa, that's a lot of moolah. A lot of health coaches worry that they have to become masters of assessment and shove 5 to 8 years of schooling into a 6-month training, or they won't be able to help anyone, or the help won't be that impactful, or that no one will hire them because they don't know enough. So I want to give you something called a writer-downer. We call it a writer-downer. Writer-downer is something that's worth writing down and taking away as something that you might think about, continue to think about, even repeat later, because it's a gem that will really inform you in important moments, especially as you're deciding whether or not this is a good career path for you. So here's your writer-downer. Your role as a health coach is to be a master of habit change, not a master of assessment.
That's big.
Yeah, it's really, really big. That's why when you're choosing a health coach training, you must look for the school that can train you best to facilitate the skill of habit change.
Yeah, in fact, one of the number one questions we get asked is what's the difference between Become a Health Coach and other schools? And the key difference between Become a Health Coach and other health coach trainings is that we're a coaching school that teaches you nutrition, not a nutrition school trying to teach you coaching. The truth is that most people know what to do to be healthy. That's not really the problem. The problem is that they don't do it.
It's so true, because we're creatures of habit. 95% of our behavior occurs out of habit, either unconsciously or in reaction to external demands. And since we're creatures of habit, then it follows that if you can change someone's habits, then you are changing the very thing that determines their health and quality of life. Simply said, when you change a habit, you change a life.
So what is a habit? Let's talk about that. A habit is really little rituals that you do every day, like going to the bathroom and brushing your teeth when you wake up in the morning, or looking in the mirror and seeing your flaws instead of your beauty. I know none of us do that. We all see our beauty and not our flaws. Another habit we might have is getting sleepy around 3 o'clock in the afternoon and reaching for some kind of fun caffeinated pick-me-up type of drink. Or another habit we might have is going to sleep at 3 a.m. in the morning after binge watching episodes of Game of Thrones. I've done it. We all have habits. And the thing about habits is that some habits are health promoting and some habits are health destroying.
That's an important one. I feel like that's another writer-downer. Some habits are health promoting and some are health destroying. We believe health coaches can make a massive impact, more than any other health professional, more than doctors, more than nutritionists, in helping people change their habits so habits become more health promoting and less health destroying.
That's right. You can think of it this way, that the formula for a successful health coach is 20% health and 80% coaching. Most schools have that wrong and they do it the other way around. But naturally, you might see this formula and raise an eyebrow and go, wait a minute. If you're only teaching 20% health, then will I get enough nutrition education to be able to get clients to make money and to be effective as a health coach? Well, first, if that's your question, you know now that your job is not to become a master of assessment, it's to become a master of habit change. And second, our approach to nutrition at HCI is different than other schools because most nutrition trainings teach theory and not practice. And here's the problem with that. Dietary theory does not facilitate change. Changing habits, does facilitate change. This is another writer downer. Dietary theory does not facilitate change. Changing habits does. So our approach is to train you to deliver the most cutting edge, highly curated nutrition information, things like how to balance blood sugar, how to manage diabetes and heart disease, how to heal emotional eating, how to go gluten-free, which fats to include, which fats to avoid, how to love your body and stop chronic dieting, when to eat meals, of meal timing, and so much more than that. But more importantly than learning these things, we show you how to apply this knowledge when you're working with clients, because that's a totally different thing than just learning information.
Yeah, we train you to deliver this curated nutrition information using actually my own powerful 90-day health coaching program. This is 12 sessions that I found were the greatest chunk size to work with a client, because it's not too long that someone won't commit to it, but it's long enough that it can facilitate lasting change in someone's life, which is what we want to go for, not just a quick fix. So you are going to learn how to do all of those things in the context of a 90-day health coaching program, which has worked for hundreds of my own clients and for thousands of the coaches that we've trained. What this means for you is that when it comes to getting clients, you can feel confident that the coaching program you'll offer is proven to work. And to help you feel even more confident, we're including an incredible bonus called Advanced Nutrition for Health Coaches, or ANHC for short. Advanced Nutrition for Health Coaches is co-created by Become a Health Coach, our own team of experts, doctors, and other leading authors, thought leaders, to give you 3 more done-for-you coaching programs. 1 will give you a specialty in weight loss, 1 in diabetes, and 1 for heart disease. Now, why these 3? Because these are 3 of the biggest lifestyle diseases that we know of that are actually some of the biggest killers. And the good news is that we can make a difference with simple diet and lifestyle and habit change. So you can work with clients, you can feel confident working with clients who have a variety of issues and even some more complex.
Yeah, I absolutely love this. And you know that the information and the steps that you're taking clients through are given to you by doctors. So you don't have to worry, am I doing something outside my scope? Am I doing something a health coach shouldn't be doing? All of the information is there from doctors and leading experts. It's phenomenal, and there's nothing like it out there. And here's another criteria that you're going to want to keep in mind when you're choosing the right health coach training. You have to make sure that the school you're considering can teach you how to coach. And that might sound funny, but you'd be surprised how many actually don't. And here's why learning coaching skills is so important for your success as a health coach. That no matter how good your nutrition, health, and wellness information is, your client won't get results unless you as the coach can address their underlying reason for staying stuck. and everybody has underlying reasons for staying stuck.
Yeah, that's a repeater, writer downer. No matter how good your nutrition, health, and wellness information is, your clients won't get results unless you address their underlying reason for staying stuck. What this means for you as a health coach is that giving information like eat this, not that, or do this, not that, is not going to cut it. You must have a coaching methodology that can address the underlying reasons clients have for staying stuck. And we're going to teach you exactly how to do this. And this is really, really quite revolutionary, because otherwise, if you just had a list of macronutrients and micronutrients and amino acids and you're just talking at the client and trying to do a one-size-fits-all protocol or something like that, it's likely not going to work. You need to know how to sit in front of a human being and facilitate a transformational session. And that's also going to be a lot more satisfying for you as well. So you must have a coaching methodology that can address the underlying reasons for staying stuck. By the time you complete the 6-month Become a Health Coach program, you're going to be an expert at doing this. And having this skill is the number one reason why clients will pay you top dollar for your services. Many of our graduates have a wait list of clients from word of mouth referrals because their coaching skills are so good.
Right.
Our proprietary coaching methodology, called the Transformational Coaching Method, will give you the skills and confidence to create transformation in your client's health. And what comes up when they sabotage or fall off track, how do you pull them back? And actually in every area of their lives.
Yeah, and that's so important. So we've talked about a lot. Let's recap really quickly. So when it comes to getting trained the right way, you want to choose a training that has a clear definition of what a health coach is, what a health coach does, and why people will pay you as a health coach. You want to choose a training that understands that health coaches are masters of habit change, not masters of assessment. You want to choose a training that teaches you that when you change a habit, you change a life. You want to choose a training that knows the formula for a successful health coach is 20% health plus 80% coaching or transformation, call it. You want to choose a training that provides multiple done-for-you coaching programs that are proven to get results for clients, even in complex conditions like weight loss, heart disease, and diabetes. And finally, you want to look for a training that can train you in a coaching methodology that helps you address the client's underlying reasons for staying stuck so that you can create transformation in your client's health and in every area of their lives.
Plus, you want to make sure your training has recognizable and respected accreditations, so you don't have to worry about being taken seriously or that your training won't count with others. Our Become a Health Coach program is certified by the International Coach Federation, the ICF, and actually the Become a Health Coach program is the only health coach training in the world with this designation. We're really grateful and honored to hold that. In Canada, we have accreditation with the Canadian Health Coach Alliance. In the UK, we've got the Federation of Holistic Therapists. And in Australia and New Zealand, if you're on the other side of the world, hello, we have the International Institute of Complementary Therapists, or the IICT. Now, if you have questions at any time, I know we're breezing through here, our Clarity coaches are available right now to have a one-on-one conversation with you, to get clear on your personal and professional desires and help you create a crystal clear plan to make this training work for you. The Clarity Coach call is right for you if you are at a crossroads, if you find your current work to be at odds with the kind of life you envision for yourself. Most people I know are burning the candle at both ends and feeling depleted and exhausted and completely unfulfilled and ready for a change. This is also perfect for you if you feel ready for a change, but you aren't sure how you are going to make that change. The Clarity coaches are really incredible at opening up possibility where you may have previously felt uncertain. Now, let me tell you something else. The Clarity Coaches also have some secret bonuses to share with you that are exclusive to this term only. So it is worthwhile to call them and get dibs on those special bonuses.
Okay, so let's dive into the next 2 steps of our blueprint, and these are super juicy. They are what everybody wants to know, which is how to get clients, and step 3, of course, which is how to make money. So in our business and marketing pillar, we give you everything you need to make your first or even next $5,000 as a health coach. But if you have never gotten a client or been paid for your services, then it may seem hard to even imagine making $1, let alone $5,000. I know it did for me when I started as a coach. So what we'd like to do is show you how the Become a Health Coach training will walk you through the process of getting clients and making money. And what we're about to show you is not theory. This is a practical system that's worked for us in the real world and for thousands of coaches that we've trained. And chances are very good that it will work for you too. So let's start with step 1.
Step 1, learn how to describe your coaching program. Most coaches are stuck here before they ever get their business started because their training didn't give them the detailed marketing systems that they need. Carrie and I are going to be holding your hand and walking you through how to describe your program. Plus, we're going to give you done-for-you program titles and marketing language for 6 of the hottest niches in health coaching. So you'll feel like you know what to say to describe what you do in a way that attracts ideal paying clients.
That's right. So let's look at step 2. Once you've learned how to describe your program, then we're going to help you get your first practice client. Now, working with practice clients starts with inviting someone into an initial conversation with you, and we're going to walk you through a simple system to help you do this. You're going to learn a complete word-for-word scripting for every part of this initial conversation and for every part of the invitation as you're sharing an invitation for someone to have the conversation with you. So you're always going to know exactly what to do and what to say, even if you're nervous or if you're scared, or even if you're a total introvert, which Stacy and I both are. So over the course of the training, you'll work with several practice clients to build your confidence to move on to paying clients, which of course is step 3.
So yes, step 3 is getting your first paying client and then more. We're going to show you the top 5 places to find clients, even if you live in a remote area, you don't have a social circle, or you don't know anyone that might be your health coaching client. In fact, you can use our systems to find clients, whether you are the outgoing, extroverted networking type, the public speaking type, or even the introverted, shy, quiet, reserved type. In our business and marketing module, we'll give you detailed scripts, flowcharts, templates, and checklists to take the guesswork out of getting clients and making money. So let's do a recap of this next chunk. We've covered a lot in this webinar, and some of what you've heard may have completely changed how you're thinking about getting trained, getting clients, and making money as a health coach. Carrie and I really designed this curriculum with the end in mind, to build you a wildly successful career and to give you the confidence to make a difference in people's lives. Whether you actually do this professionally or whether you're just doing it for yourself or your family and you just want to be able to relate better with others. But you may still be wondering, how is BHC different than other schools? What makes the BHC training right for me? Everything we provide for you is designed to help you get confident, get trained, get clients, and make money in a meaningful way that makes a difference in the world.
Exactly. So from the flexible study schedule to all the support and coaching that you receive throughout the journey to the dual life coaching certificate option that we offer so that you have even more tools to help your clients. Yes, you heard me correctly. that in BHC, you get 2 powerful coaching certificates for the price of 1. And we are the only health coaching school that offers this. It's amazing. Some other things that you'll find in Become a Health Coach that make us different from other schools is a cutting edge app to help your clients track their progress, opportunity for employment and career services. So if you're somebody who does not want to be an entrepreneur, you don't want to work for yourself, but you do want to work as a health coach, we have a department that can help you with that. You'll also find an incredible community of like-minded learners here. You'll have access to live training events with Stacy, with me, and renowned guest faculty that we bring. And you'll have the most recognized and respected accreditation in the industry. So with all of these things that we offer, our job is to make sure that you are the best educated, the most effective, and the most empowered health coach and person that you can be.
Yeah. So if you're loving what you're hearing and you're ready to talk one-on-one with one of our amazing Clarity coaches to create a plan for how this training can work for you, then pick up the phone now. Our coaches can help you learn more about flexible tuition payment plans, exclusive bonuses for this term only. And by the way, like secret, there's some really good bonuses. You can tell them banana pancakes and tell them that Carrie sent you, and they will give you the whole deal. So make sure that BHC really is the right next step for you. We're not attached to you doing this training. We are attached to you getting the best outcome, what you're looking for. So if we can be ushers on your health journey, then we would love to be that. Just simply call a Clarity coach at 877-914-2242.
So what's right in front of you might feel like a big turning point, like a big decision, but it's actually quite simple. And all you really have to do is answer 2 little questions, 2. And the first one is, does this resonate with me? And the second one is, am I ready for a change in my life? And if the answer to either of these questions is yes, then it's a super easy no-brainer to pick up the phone and call a Clarity coach now.
There's no risk to you to have this conversation. The only risk is not picking up the phone. So what happens if you don't call a Clarity coach? You potentially miss out on all the things like getting the best deal on tuition and getting valuable bonuses like the life coach certificate, yes. But more importantly, you miss out on the opportunity to break free from feeling stuck or like you're in a rut or that there's more for you if you would only get out of your own way and move forward.
And the good news is you've come this far in the webinar. You've gotten this far. And we wouldn't be the coaches you expect us to be if we didn't challenge you to do something new, to take a new action.
Yeah, the famous hockey player Wayne Gretzky said, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So take a shot, call a Clarity coach so that you can get the clarity you need on the right next step for you. I love it. Carrie, by the way,
yes.
This is 29 minutes.
Can you believe this? Look how much transformation can happen in such a short period of time. And just a final reminder for those of you who may have forgotten this final crucial point, that you can do this. You can absolutely do this. Stacy and I are no different from you. We just started a few years earlier. We're going to show you everything we learned along the way to help your learning curve be shorter than ours was. And that your life, fast forward 6 months to a year from now, can look completely different. And you can have the freedom and the fulfillment that you're looking for. You can do this. It's not just for other people. It's also for you. And we can't wait to welcome you to BHC.
We can't wait to welcome you. Have a beautiful day.
Bye, everyone.